purpose of the focus group is to gather the opinions, the input of the community members. As you share your stories, the team will document on the flip chart those comments and key points that you're acknowledging, capturing it through videos or pictures as well. This is the way we would like to preserve all these comments. Identifying 3 improvement areas of interest. What would you like to see improved immediately in Barrigada? Your red dot is a first dream wish that you want to assign. Now, considering all the discussions, assign your first wish to wherever your preference is, and your second is the blue dot, and your third, and then we'll see a natural ranking.
My 3 wishes are, first and foremost, I guess the biggest wish for me is I'd like to promote or build the youth involvement or youth participation in a lot of the activities concerning the community center and the village of Barrigada. So if the youth could actually promote the village, clean the landscapes, you know, we have teams to go out to the houses, help the Manongku and whatever they're doing, bush cut yards, and out of just like, you know, youth involvement in the community to allow students or to allow children to really take part in the community and at the same time, you know, keep from doing the bad things. My second wish would have to be the biggest one, go digital Barrigada. So, you know, I would love to take a picture of the great scenery in Barrigada, the brand new place set, and then post on Instagram and hashtag Hami Barrigada. Also, having a Barrigada website that allows for media efforts or for communication to increase, and then other communication-wise that's bringing out the public to see Barrigada in all its greatness. I know GVB also allows 2 buses every year to transport tourists to the Barrigada Fiesta, so improvement in that, allowing for more tourists to come, a lot more of them to experience our fiestas because again they are big. And lastly, my biggest wish would have to be the biggest amount of money involved, but I would really love to refurbish and rebuild the Tizan Sports Center. So a really big impact of having all those students come down to Barrigada. We have, I think, 2 football fields, we'll have 2 soccer fields, we'll have a tennis court, 2 tennis courts, a swimming place indoors, have that all going on, and at the same time rebuild the arts program in Barrigada, in Tizan, and refurbish the whole gate theater. That is the biggest project I'd love for Barrigada to have in regards to its youth. And the gate theater, if we refurbish the gate theater, not only are we bringing all of the northern schools to be allowed to be in this big auditorium place, but we also allow for other places to rent it out instead of Manila having just the Yogi Field House for using as graduation. But now you have all the other schools that are allowed to use the gate theater for graduation, and you know, we're center of the island. No one's gonna travel down south to use the theater. We have the biggest, or we have a great place to start and build. So again, to touch up on it, a lot of youth involvement, a lot of going out into the public, getting Barrigada out there, and lastly, giving the outlet that the parents and the students and a lot of the people of Guam need as the center of attention is giving to the people hope that Barrigada has the biggest things, and we're going to show it. So, thank you.
Which is that you know, the businesses are required to maintain their property and landscape and things like this, because you know, you go by, there's a lot of commercial buildings that are just in really sad shape, and you know, this is a lot of times it's right, you know, it's right in the front of the village, and you know, you're passing on the road, and what you see is a dilapidated business. You know, there's thriving businesses in there, but you know, it just looks like crap. And so one of the things that I'd like to see is that they be required, you know, to maintain their buildings and required to landscape, you know, the areas around their buildings, and that they establish zones where, you know, this area must be maintained, you know, by that business right in the front of their area, things like that. So that's one of the things I'd like to see. I live right across the street from a business area, and I look out every day, and I'm just disgusted with the way these building owners maintain their property. There's trash all around. There's grass growing 2, 3, 4, 5 feet high, and they're not doing anything about it. So there should be some kind of mandate, and so my wish is that it be mandated that they landscape and that they maintain their buildings.
If money wasn't an issue, I wish that all the infrastructures would be upgraded, such as roads, sewer line, upgrade all our water, upgrade the improvement of water lines from a half-inch to at least 2-inch. There's a lot of buildings and homes that are being built now further in San Antonio area. So I would love to have that upgraded, and more of the fire hydrants. Fire hydrants are very important. Such time that there's a fire. The fire hydrants are very important. That they are running and that there's water in the fire hydrants. And also streetlights. Streetlights are very, very much important. I know there's a bill that's coming out with Senator Tina Mooney Barnes that are requesting more funding for that. So streetlights is very vital for our community. And also the correction of all road easements. Right now we have problems with easements lie on private properties. And we need to solve that because some people try to develop their properties in which there's issues where they can't develop or they can't build because of those problems that we have. Building of a gymnasium, sports facilities, she's right. Barrigada really does not have any sports facility. They're all privately owned when we obtained them in the Radio Barrigada. We had the Sarmientos, the Cepeda family that were very gracious to have us utilize it for many, many years. But because of the expansions and they want to give it back to their families that are now going to build their homes. So we rely on Tizen. Tizen right now, of course, is the center part of our recreation, and that we work together with Parks and Recreation. But wouldn't it be nice if Barrigada has government property that we could call it our own and not share with Parks and Recreation, right? So that is one, and we want to also upgrade the community center, okay? And the mayor's office and maybe go 2-story because of lack of, like I said, government property, and have a learning center that we can expand, and also have the GED programs to come in. We also want to teach culture, and speak the language, and the dances. So those are things that I really would love in that area. Also, the community garden. For those of you that don't know, that we do have a community garden behind our community center. Very small again, but it's very fruitful because there are some vegetables and fruits that you can actually go literally at the back and pick some. So I can go on and on, but I really want what is everything about Barrigada. I just want a lot. I mean, what that we don't have, on other villages, what we want to have. There is a process already having a night market. Of those of you that see that there is a construction or more like gravel on the Tizen site, that's going to be a night market, by the way. It's more of the central. So you're going to see a lot of people coming in. They want to know what about Barrigada is. And I just want to touch bases that culture. Culture is very important, right? So I would want to have like one area, and that's that gate theater, where we can showcase and revitalize that area and have all our cultural dancers and all our cultural arts be there. We do have talented residents that build things with coconut husk, and they're also carvers, they're storytellers, they're Surahanos, and actually, I don't know if you know Tanana Garcia. Tanana Garcia was also part of the University of Guam, and she's one of the for Chamorro language. So, those are things that I really want to really touch bases on.